Hey, House of Praise, we're so excited to be blessed enough to share with you our ongoing testimony with the REACH campaign. To give you a little background, when the REACH campaign started in 2019, it was actually starting the same time that my business was going through a possible expansion. And with that expansion, we had put some prayer into it because in signing a contract for the growth of our business, it basically meant that we were going to have a negative six-figure income for 2019. And, obviously there was a lot of prayer that went into that decision prior to signing it. And at the same time, we were praying about the REACH campaign. Initially, everybody was, saying, oh, well, I got, Lord told me to pledge this amount or that amount. And our family was a little different. The one thing that we were clear on is the Lord said that he will let us know when it's enough. So this was a little scary because at the same time we were forging ahead with our business and we felt the Lord was leading us in that endeavor as well. So we entered into the REACH campaign not knowing how much we would be giving, but knowing that the Lord wanted us to kind of push our limits. And ultimately what we try to do in our household is four simple principles. The first is with any dollar that comes in, we try to give to God first. Second would be to bless others. The third would be to save some, and then the fourth and last would be to spend on ourselves. And we try to hold true with this with any dollar that comes into our household. And ultimately, going into the year, it was tough. We do tithe off of gross, meaning before we take out any expenses of our business, before any payroll, before anything comes in, we try to tithe first. And January came around 2019, we had a negative income for the month. February came around and March came around, same thing continued. But all that time we just kept faithful to the Lord and kept tithing. And in late March, we got notice that our company had been sold and was merging, which was even more, disturbing because of the fact that we didn't know whether we had a job. We didn't know what our income would be. We didn't know whether or not we were even going to be able to make our commitments at that time to our existing staff. And ultimately, the Lord just poured out blessings upon us during this time as we were faithful with our tithing and the REACH campaign donations as well. Ultimately, throughout the year, we ended up having our best year ever. We were able to give more than we've ever been able to give through tithe, gifting, and the REACH campaign. And then you compound that into 2020 as COVID hit and, obviously everyone's life's changed. And ultimately, the Lord's continued to pour out blessings through faithfulness of giving to the REACH campaign and tithing as well. We've been able over the last year and a half to pay off a quarter of our mortgage, pay off our vehicles, give bonuses to our staff, and then through quarantine actually have been able to hire 5 additional people to our practice. And the only way this has been possible is through God. There's no other possible way that this would have happened if it wasn't for the grace of God and the ability for us to, just be able to be glorified through gifting to the REACH campaign and to others. Ultimately, what I always tell people is that you want to make sure that you're following your heart, and money's really about a heart issue. And sometimes we're too busy clasping onto the things that we have that we're not comfortable enough to let go of what we have to accept the bigger gift or the bigger blessings that God has. So I encourage everyone who is participating in the REACH campaign or is considering participating in the REACH campaign to really push yourself in the effort to give to the cause that is going to touch more lives and help bring more souls to Christ, because that's ultimately what we're trying to do here. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we'll keep you informed as our journey continues as well. Thank you.